If you're a filmmaker or you're a very busy person like me, who spends over 313 days out of 365 days of the year just making films or just being busy, and you get an offer to travel to a place for free while still being paid to make a film. Who would say no to this? And so I said yes, and it happened. We traveled to this amazing place that is stuck in time and as old as time itself. A place with amazing landscapes. A place with amazing culture, traditions, and festivals. Let me take you on a journey to Tingzu, a community in the Upper East region of the West African country of Ghana. Hello guys, and welcome to this channel. On this channel, we take the big Hollywood ideas and we transpose them into smaller ideas so that you, the indie filmmaker out there or any part of the world, can implement in your works. Today, we are making another vlog on my visit to an African community. And guys, let's go straight into it. But before we do, if you're new to the channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification icon so that you get notified anytime we drop awesome content on this channel. Because on this channel, we talk about photography, videography, and all its related branches, as well as giving you a window into my life as a filmmaker based here in the West African country of Ghana. With that out of the way, guys, let's get straight into the content of the video. As we approached the community, I was greeted with this large, gargantuan, beautiful landscape with very colossal mountains. And when we got to the community, we actually paid a courtesy call on the chief, as tradition demands in most African communities, to explain our mission to him and why we were visiting their community. And a young man was introduced to us as Desmond, who became our tour guide and was supposed to take us around the whole community. And it all happened. I was totally blown away by the beauty of this place and very astonished as to how these people have been able to resist this so-called modern form of civilization and they still live within the African context of civilization, where you know what is happening in the other person's house, and so when the person is in trouble, you can easily offer a helping hand. This whole side of the community you are seeing right now is the chief palace, or it contains the family of the chief. The chief has 23 wives and over 100 children. Yes, let that sink in very well. The chief has 23 wives and over 100 children. I know you modern folks out there would say, why would someone want to give birth to over 100 children? Or why would someone want to have over 23 wives? Now, it all boils down to the way of life that we used to live in the African community. But remember, these people still maintain that same standard of living where you depend on farming or just in times of war. And so families those days strive to be in large numbers just for defense sake, and also to be able to provide for themselves in terms of being able to farm adequately to feed themselves. And that is one of the reasons why people used to give birth a lot. And again, it is not just that reason, there are actually a lot to this. And I throw it back to you, my audience, to research on it if you want more information or why Africans used to prefer larger families than smaller nuclear families than we have today. After the rooftop, we were led to the shrine of the community, which also happens to be the official entry point into the family house.
So where are we?
You are the entrance of the house.
In my over 13 years of experience as a filmmaker who has made a lot of films within the African continent, in their shrines, they usually have structures that resemble the pyramid. And so it kept me thinking and asking myself, could pyramids actually have a deeper meaning within the African context that we are yet to discover? Well, I leave that to African scholars to research on. Another thing that also stood out the most to me is the hierographs, or what we call hieroglyphics, or what we actually call the Meduneta in the language of the Kemetic society, or what you also called the Egyptian society. The hieroglyphs were one of the very major ways by which the ancient Africans documented their history. And these were most often represented by unique drawings that connotes happenings in real life. And so, voyagers and renowned writers like Herodotus, who lived in the ancient Kemetic society, documented most of the happenings within the Kemetic society using these hieroglyphs. And so, when you see these drawings or when you see this form of paintings on walls, they are just not there for nothing, but they connote certain happenings within the community. And what you see on the walls right here depicts the actions or is a documentation of how the priestess of the community is supposed to behave during the time of the festival of the community. And the building is over 400 years old and has housed a lot of priestess of the community.
When by our forefathers' time, we came and met this room. And the chief's first wife, when it is time for our festival, that's the place she stay. Not the March own, but the November own. The November will make sacrifice a lot. So she stay here.
I was clearly astonished to be showed pictorial evidence of certain high-ranking members of the Ghanaian society who do visit there most of the times in terms of hard times or in terms of needs. And this got me thinking, and I asked myself this question. Is it not the same people who come up publicly to condemn this African traditional religion and run back to it during times of crisis? And so, are we really that hypocritical as a people? Well, it's religion, and I know it is always controversial. And so I leave you to the audience. Keep the conversation going in the comment section below if you have any divergent views.
For the Christian, the Muslims, that's why I always told you that as we help people, so Christian, they came here for help. Muslims, the same thing. For the Christians, a lot people came here. They will give them something to go and bury the church. People came here that the people don't go to their churches. They come. Chief told them that, to be frankly, we don't care, we help. Yeah. So as you also came here, you want help. Yeah. So we'll help you. We'll give them something to go and bury inside the church. The Muslim too, some people say they want to go to Mecca, but they are not getting chance. What and what. If you can even show some picture here.
Another major thing that stood out to me the most was their justice adjudication system. When there is a problem, the people are brought here to this particular shrine where they are given a fair hearing, and some activities are done to confirm who is telling the truth and who isn't telling the truth. After justice is served, the peace mediation process begins immediately to make sure that before the people leave the confines of that particular community, they are able to smile and hug each other. Now, that I term as genius. When was the last time your regular modern court pronounced judgment on a case and the two people involved in the case left the court smiling and hugging each other? I don't think you've seen that in a very long time. Well, the African traditional religion provides avenue for all of this to happen. I leave all of that for you, my audience, to decipher or to decide for yourselves. The main purpose of this visit was just to abreast myself with certain happenings within the African society so that it would translate in my new film that I'm writing, which has the working title as Born. The title might change, but just anticipate. It's a film that I've been writing for a couple of years now, and visiting this community has really given me the edge to finish it because I've really learned a lot about the African community, or actually learned a lot about the African tradition, which is going to find its way in influencing the way I am going to write certain scenes in that particular film.
So that's our school, our old school. Those days we were using charcoal to write. We are not having chalk.
So the students will sit
top there.
The whole area.
Yeah. When it was time for them to ride,
then they will go here.
You know, those days when we're not having the school and we're not having bell, so we used to climb here and then used to knock on the other. While it is time for classes, supper, lunch, breakfast.
It's with me, OBL Jr. here on the African Amaze channel. Guys, if you're new to the channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification icon so that you get notified anytime we drop awesome content on this channel. I hope you enjoy this kind of vlogs, and as much as possible, we are not going to be giving you or bringing you filmmaking videos every day, but as much as possible, we are also going to be taking you along to African communities so that we learn certain things together so that they get to influence the kind of films that we make at the end of the day. All right, guys, so keep the conversation going in the comment section below, and I will catch you in the next video. Until next time, guys, keep practicing filmmaking. Peace out.